Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, Sacramento Kings fans. Peace in. Hope everyone's doing well out there. And if you are Sacramento Kings fans, I know you're doing really, really well. Feeling groovy right about now. Okay, the Kings, they just beat the Utah Jazz on the road, 111-96, and they win the second game of their back-to-back, which bring their record up to 2-2. And they're on their way to Toronto, I believe. So they have 3 more games on this road trip before they return back to Sacramento. We'll play the Toronto Raptors on November 6th. But another fine win. And I think everything with the Kings right now is kicking on cylinders. They had a rough start, with the loss to Minnesota and the Lakers. But then, they come back home and, do what they're supposed to do. Okay, they beat the Portland Trailblazers, who are, to me, an inferior team. And I wish Chauncey Billups all the luck. He got some good talented players, with their team. Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Fame, but they still got a lot of work to do. And Utah Jazz, they fall to 0-4. So we'll see what happens, with them. Or 0-5. I think they're 0-5. Yes, they haven't won a game since the season started. So I hope everything is okay with Coach Will Hardy and with that squad. Another talented team. I noticed Lauren Markkinen. He did not return in the second half, so I don't know what the scoop is with him. They were on the second game of the back-to-back as well. But right now, all praises go to the Sacramento Kings. So I'm trying to tell you, Domantas Sabonis strong-armed the Jazz tonight. He really did. Okay, there were some other things going on. DeAaron Fox had a great performance. DeMar DeRozan, everything as advertised. And what I'm saying with the Kings, they look like they're going to be a team that can beat other teams in a variety of ways. And that will bode well for what they're trying to do as far as, getting some wins. They're still going to talk about the size and the length of this team, but I think even with that, they are adjusting, because what I like about this game, they jumped out fast. They came out fast. They got the ball moving, and they were rolling. Now, they got up to about it was up 11-10, and then the Jazz hit a couple baskets. I know Lauren Markkinen, he hit a 3, and then the Jazz were up 15-11. But after that point, the Kings went on a 19-2 run. They went on a 19-2 run. And then scrappy Jazz, they jumped back into it, but the Kings, they were able to pull away towards the end of the second quarter, and they led 61-52 at the half. But when we're talking about somebody like a Domantas Sabonis, Domantas had 28 points, 11 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 4 assists. He was 13 from 18 shooting from the field, 1 or 2 free throws. But he was the muscle man. He pretty much put the team on his back, and DeAaron and DeMar pretty much steered it home. So that's what we want to see out of the Sacramento Kings. I know the Kings fans are, warming up to, what's happening right now. I mean, we overreact to some things we don't react to, but these things take time. Kevin Huerter had another great night tonight. Scored, let's see what Huerter did. He scored 14 points. He scored 14 points last night. He was 6 for 9 shooting from the field, 2 for 5 in three-point territory. He still hasn't went. I wouldn't say he didn't go to the free throw line last night either, and he didn't go to the free throw line tonight. But he's shooting a lot of perimeter shots. But sooner or later, he'll get a charity stripe and start knocking those down as well. DeAaron Fox, 19 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 8 for 15 shooting from the field at 53%. We do like that. DeAaron just basically letting the game come to him. Okay. and he's doing things on both sides of the ball because he's doing a lot of things defensively. Last night, he was the team's defensive player of the game. So he's OG. Probably get it again tonight. I don't know. I don't know. But let me back up on that. Because Keon Ellis came in the first half, and he got some things moving on the defensive end, as he does, okay? I don't think that Mike Brown, his coaching staff, is going to allow Keon to miss another game unless he, knock on wood, unless he get injured or something like that. But if he's able and ready, and he got his uniform on, he needs to see some court time because, I'll say it again, DeAaron Fox will tell you, Keon Ellis is a playmaker on defense. He is just so water bugger-ish, if I could say that, water bug-ish, when he gets out there and and do his things on the defensive end. And that's why I just love when I see him out there playing, because I was really, it's not my call or anything like that, but I was a little disturbed that he didn't get to play against the Lakers game. And maybe he could have did something there, but hey, that's water under the bridge. We're going to move on, and we're going to see what the Kings can do for these next three road games. Maybe they can come back not only over 500, maybe with all 4 wins, the way I see it. I know they got to play Miami on one of those games, so I think, let's see, where are they going? They're going to Toronto, then they come back to fly down south, to deep south, to Atlanta, and then, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Wait a minute, well, how are they doing this stuff? I think it's different. That's right. They play Atlanta next. I'm sorry. I think I said Toronto. They play Atlanta next. Then they fly to Toronto. And then they have to curve back around and they go back to the south and they play Miami. That's crazy. Yeah, so once again, they spend the night in Utah. They leave tomorrow for Atlanta. After that game, they fly to Canada, Toronto. Then they leave Toronto and go back down south, and then they will be playing Miami. Just want to get that out the way. But, hey, oh yeah, DeMar DeRozan. Do want to talk about that. 4th straight 20-point game in the Kings uniform. So he joins Oscar Robertson and Chris Webber, who started off, their tenure with the Kings with 20 points game performances. I think Chris Webber, first 7 games, he scored 20 or more points, and Oscar Robertson, he did it 6 games. Yes, did it 6 straight games, 20 or more points. So that's some good company to be in, for someone about, 34, 35 years old, and can still knock down buckets, can still score at will and do a great job at it. And I think it's infectious with the rest of the teams too, because I'm seeing some emulations, from other players on account of DeMar DeRozan, Debo. So keep that going. Free throw wasn't all that hot tonight, but it didn't have to be, because the Kings was pretty much in control the whole game. So I think at one point, excuse me, they built up a 27-point lead, 105-78. 105-78. So that was their biggest lead in the game. And I will say it one more time. When everything is gelling right, everything is magical, because the Kings are moving in that area where I do believe that they will be the team that can beat you in so many areas, because now with DeMar, they can play that half-court game. They can play that slow-down pace game. But when they're ready to run, and they always look good running, see how they were doing in the... I don't think they had about like 10 fast break points tonight, folks, but Yes, the biggest lead was 27. 27. Okay, let me see here. They did have 24 second chance points to Utah's 12. Yeah, they only had 10 fast break points tonight, but 58 points in the paint. Utah only had 38 points in the paint. So that looks good there. The free throw, Kings had 11 turnovers for the game, 9 blocks. 9 blocks to go along with 9 steals. I know Coach Brown does not like those steals, but it's more about those deflections. And I'm a big fan of these deflections as well, but these Kings players on the defense, if they have an opportunity to, get a steal, they're going for it. And I think they had 7 or 8 of them last night. So that's what you call playing defense to me. I know it's a 50-50 ball when you're going after that ball, because what Mike doesn't like, and what he always emphasized, with the local press, the local media here, is that when those players, the Kings players, go after those steals, it's a 50-50 chance that, they might get beat on themselves and lose it. If they don't get the steal, they may be out of position. Let him tell it. He can tell it more correctly, though. So I'm liking what's happening there. Let's see. About 3 players had 2 steals apiece. So that's really, really good out of the 9. I think those 2 were Trey Lyles had 2, Keon Ellis had 2, and Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter had 2 steals, and he had another block. He had three blocks yesterday. So Kevin Huerter is playing defense. So he understands. And with him being out with that shoulder injury and having surgery, I know he had a lot of time to consider and focus on some things that he needs to be doing better, and to make sure he's helping his team win. I think a lot of that is building his confidence up, which the coaching staff and Mike Brown has to be a part of too, including Kevin. And I think that's what's happening right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence, a great deal of confidence. Okay, Keegan was 6 for 14 tonight, 2 for 7 behind the arc, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 assist in 32 minutes. I like that though, because of course he was in foul trouble yesterday when he was playing against his brother team, Portland Trailblazers. I'm talking about Chris Murray. But hey, he had 6 points, 8 rebounds. Still was effective in other ways. Okay, that's just going to be Keegan. Keegan can do a lot of things if he's not scoring a lot of points. So we like to see that from him as well. So DeMar, 20 points, 8 assists. I think he led the team in assists, and he had 4 rebounds. 9 for 14 shooting from the floor. Missed his only attempt in 3-point territory. Okay. Malik Monk. 2 for 11. Okay. Doesn't matter if we won. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 points. But I'm not going to even worry about Malik. He still is at a +7 on the game. 2 for 11. He'll find his rhythm. He'll get there. He only played 18 minutes last night. Today he played 26 minutes. Okay. And as a matter of fact, we talked about the minutes. Mike Brown and his coaching staff, they did it again. They kept these guys from, these starters from playing into those 40-minute ranges and stuff like that. I think the highest player was at 34 minutes, and that was DeMar. Keegan played 32. Domantas played 33. Kevin Huerter 26, and DeAaron Fox 30. I don't even know if DeAaron even played in that fourth quarter. They didn't really need him at all. I'm sure Mike had gotten, issue or some trouble like that, he would have had him out on the floor a lot more. But that's okay. We don't want him playing in the 40s as well. We don't, not even the high 30s, But he had 19 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 8 for 15 shooting from the floor, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. So hey, the Kings, I'm liking what they do. That's just flat out how I'm seeing it. I was liking what they were doing when they lost those first 2 games. They just had a couple lapses there, where they let these Minnesota and the Lakers get on those run, 21-0 run for the Lakers and an 11-0 run to end the third quarter in that Minnesota game, and that changes things. It kind of disrupts things and stuff like that. If you stop those runs, you play your defense like you've been playing, boom, you come up with the W. You are on the ledger side of the wins. Okay? And that's where we want to be. That's where Kings want to be. Okay? Trey Lyles played 20 minutes tonight. Keon played 17 minutes. And then the other guys, Alex didn't play in the first half. Mike stuck with a 8-man rotation in the first half. Just make sure, everything was secured. And I understand what he was doing. And then later on, when he was able to, insert Alex Lynn. And Alex did play 5 minutes. Jordan got a little 3 minutes in there. So did Doug McDermott. Kobe Jones got some burn, 3 minutes. And Isaac Jones came in there for a couple minutes as well. So everybody saw some court time. That's the way I like to see it. Just as long as they keep staggering those minutes for the starters. So they, Mike pat himself on the back yesterday when he was speaking about that, and you could tell he gets it. He really gets it. He don't want to burn these players out. Don't want to burn your starters out this early in the season with those heavy minutes. So, now they're off to Atlanta. I'm not even sure what Atlanta's record is at this point. See, did they even play tonight? No, they didn't. Okay. So we got some news today that a former King, he's retiring at the age of 38, and that is Rudy Gay. And Rudy Gay spent a few years here in Sacramento. He was traded here when the Kings were still playing at the old Arco Arena, Sleep Train Arena, and right up until they opened Golden One Center. But he is retiring. After an 18-year career, he's going to hang it up. I'm pretty sure, he probably going do some analyst work, commentary work or something like that. But great dude. I wish you all the well. I hope to see you back in Sacramento here soon just for a visit. And, hey, there you have it. Okay, I'm just trying to see what we have as far as what's going on with these Atlanta Hawks. Right there. So like I said, I got a new setup here, so I'll try to speed things up myself so I don't be, walking to these 30 minutes segments when I'm doing these type of podcasts. Okay, so they will play Sacramento on November 1st. That'll be Friday, and that game started at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. They're doing the Divine Nine night, so I know what that means. That definitely has something to do with sororities and fraternities, probably specifically, HBCUs, historical black college and university. So they'll have a Divine Nine night in Atlanta, and that's what they will be at. So let's see, I'm not picking up on what these guys are doing and stuff. It's still loading, but right. Okay. Don't waste too much time here and stuff. It's just not really telling me anything. So I'm gonna just leave that part alone. I gotta be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more organized when I do these type of things. But as you know, we will get it and we will get it together. The Hawks are 2-2. 2-2. So we'll see what they're doing. I think they have the second number. See, they have the second overall pick playing. See. Of course, they still have Trey Young, so we'll be looking forward to that. But anyway, they're 2-2, so they'll be taking on the Sacramento Kings Friday, November the 1st at 7:30 PST. So we'll see if the Kings can notch the third straight win before they head to Canada and play Toronto. I'm not putting anything past any of these teams. The Kings have to play 48 minutes in each game to win this game. They have to play on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. So let's see what happens. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in for another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. I'm the host, Tony Ray Harvey, and we're broadcasting somewhere in southwest Sacramento, Green Haven pocket area. So I'll be back after the Friday night's game, and we'll discuss that and see how that happens, see what the outcome is. And like I said, I just hope the Kings can keep this win streak intact. Come back 4-0 on the road. So they won their first road game of the season tonight by beating Utah. So that is always a good start. I want to thank you again. I am out of here. Peace.